Hi, greetings and assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Fahmi Hafidz. So today we are going to dive into a topic that affects Malaysia future in a big way. Is STEM manpower decreasing in Malaysia? As I mentioned, STEM. If you're wondering, just in case, what STEM stands for, it is for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. These fields driving innovation, economy, and modern society nowadays. But here's the thing, Malaysia is facing a shortage of skilled people in this area and is becoming a serious concern. So let's explore what's really going on here. So what's going on here in Malaysia? So current situation in Malaysia only produce only around 5,000 engineering graduates each year. But here's the catch. The industry actually needs about 50,000. Yeah, that's a tenfold gap. Yeah, the issue was highlighted in a Behind Money podcast video titled "A Surprising Winner in U.S.-China Chip Wars," released in April 2024, featuring Financial Times journalist Mercedes Sorrell.
Mercedes, looking at where things stand right now, what are the main threats to achieving these goals? What might hurt their chances of accomplishing this?
There are a few risks, but I think if you had to single out two as the main ones, one is that the country has quite a severe engineering shortage. The trade minister who I spoke to on my trip said that the electrical and electronics sector requires like 50,000 engineers a year, for instance, but there are only 5,000 engineering graduates each year. A lot of these people are not paid enough. They end up going places like Singapore or elsewhere where they have higher salaries. And, this is important as well, not just for growing the kind of talent that's needed to service that kind of more lucrative end of the supply chain, but it's also important for creating tech champions and for growing their own, one day maybe semiconductor champion.
Another thing I would like to mention here, even though according to the Ministry of Education report in 2024, the enrollment in STEM has improved to 50.83% in the year 2024. Yet we are still not hitting the national target of 60%. So this shortage actually impacting the sectors like electronics, semiconductors, and digital techs, which are crucial for Malaysia's economic growth and development.
Why is this happening? First, I would like to mention low salaries. Many engineers earn less than 3,000 ringgit per month, even after years of experience. It is hard to stay motivated in a field that doesn't offer fair compensation. This is according to Malay Mail in article published 22nd May of 2024. Second, brain drain. Finding based on Business Today article published on August 2024, according to Kampung Tunku Adun, State Assemblywoman YB Lin Yi Wei said that poor pay, inadequate infrastructure, and underinvestment in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics (STEM) are among the primary factors contributing to the brain drain in STEM fields. So, talented Malaysians are living for countries that offer better pay, better jobs, and better opportunities. Third, lack of interest among students. A lot of students find STEM subjects too difficult or boring. Part of the problem is how the subjects are being taught. Too much theory, not enough real application. So, findings based on local newspaper The Sun article on April 2024 by National University of Malaysia Centre for Diversity Studies in Education lecturer Dr. Anwar Ahmad said that a weak foundation often leads students perceiving STEM subjects difficult and uninteresting teaching methods such as prioritizing examination scores and aiming for precise answer contributes to the student disinterest in STEM subject. And finally, a shortage of qualified teachers. According to Business Today, an article published in October 2023 tells that especially in rural areas, students often don't have access to experienced science and math educators who can make this subject come alive. Here's the good news. We can fix this. First, let's start early. We need to introduce STEM to kids as young as preschool, build their curiosity, their confidence, and show them that science, tech, engineering, and math are fun, not a scary one. Next, it's time for us to modernize the way we teach. Innovate the way we teach. What I mean is, modernize the way we teach. Make the learning interactive, hands-on, connected to the real-world problem, so they can see around them, not just words in a textbook, jargon words in a textbook. And we also need to value our talent properly. Better salaries, clearer career path. Because if we want to keep the best minds, we have to show them they are worth it. And finally, invest in people who matter most, which is teachers, our teachers, educators. A great teacher can spark a lifelong friendship, and that spark can change everything. So the conclusion is, Malaysia is facing a shortage of STEM talent? Unfortunately, I would say yes, and it is a challenge that we cannot afford to ignore. But if we act now, if the government, schools, industry, and all of us come together, we can turn things around. Because the future we dream of, the one powered by innovation, start with the people we empower today. So that's it. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Let's keep pushing a smarter, stronger Malaysia.